Yes, please start.
Good afternoon, friends. In fact, I am having the difficult task of engaging you for the next 1 hour with a topic when your stomach is almost empty. But I can assure you, you are getting some kind of inputs from a person who has got nearly 3 decades of experience as a brand manager. That too across India in 4 different linguistic zones. The first and foremost part which I can tell you about the managership or anything beyond that is start enjoying your occupation, start enjoying your position. The moment you start enjoying your position, whatever difficulties which may crop up in your mind in relation to your job, that will automatically get vanished. And when you look back, you will be having empty opportunities for you to get yourself energized. I was able to manage that situation. This itself will make you more and more perfect. And that will make you really competent to get into more difficult engagements and tasks, and you will be becoming successful wherever you are. I have enjoyed it and I have experienced it. That is the reason why I am sharing this with you. This relationship building, it is something like building our relationship with every stakeholder for achieving the corporate goals in a smooth, ethical way with utmost integrity, always complying with the laid down systems and procedures. This is very important. Relationship with every stakeholder. Many a time what happens, this every stakeholder, the first and foremost part which most of the people are forgetting is ourselves. I will start with you as a person.
Hello.
I will start with you as a person because your progress is always starting from the way you manage yourself. I used to ask a question in my sessions of motivations and all. It is something like this. When did you service yourself last? The question is, when did you service yourself last? Some occasions, people may find it difficult even to comprehend the essence of that question. What does it mean? When did you service yourself last? It is something like this. You have got a mobile, you have got a TV, you have got a scooter, car, or any other kind of electronic gadgets. How much time you will keep that gadget in a non-working condition? It requires a repair. You will be immediately rushing to some of the maintenance shops, repair shops to get it repaired. Look, are you taking the same kind of care to you as a person? Many a time, the answer is no. Many a time, the answer is no. The people are having the tendency to ignore themselves and continue with all other activities which may land them into a difficult level at a later stage. Instead of that, any kind of relationship building, I always believe it has to start from you as a person. Start improving yourself. Start maintaining yourself. This part, of course, I'll be covering slightly more elaborate in my tomorrow's session about time management and stress. But to begin with relationship session, I thought it is better to start with yourself and to do everything which is necessary for you to be existing in a normal, positive way always. Unless and until you maintain that level, I can tell you any kind of effort you make, it is not going to be fruitful. Rather, it is going to increase more and more stress. Start with you as a person. Take care of you. In Sanskrit, Sharira Madhyam Khalu Dharma Sadhanam. Take care of you in every respect to maintain that stability, equanimity, calmness. That will give you the required level of strength, inherent strength, develop the inherent strength for you to come forward and achieve otherwise impossible targets. In bankers' point of view, there are several stakeholders, like say, as I told, you are there, your staff members are there, your customers are there, even your family members are also a stakeholder in this, mind you. Your family members, they are also a stakeholder. Then your controlling office, your supervisory authorities, regulatory authorities like Reserve Bank of India, your local bodies, municipality, corporation, panchayat, whomsoever is there. In today's banking, All these people are having tremendous role in day-to-day existence and functioning of the bank. For a banker, it is always necessary to have an excellent relationship with your stakeholders. When this topic is being taken as a full-time course, many a time questions are being asked about how we will manage a tough staff member, how we will manage a tough executive, how we will manage a very tight regulatory authority, or the local people are not cooperative. All these type of issues will be coming up. But remember the first session of Dr. Farid, where he was mentioning about almost all these things. He touched upon all these things about the necessity of maintaining excellent relationship with everybody. The major reason is ultimately, why do we live? What is our purpose? We need comfort. We need progress. We need satisfaction. And we need some kind of reputation also. We may be selfish, but we have to satisfy ourselves, our ego. All these things are possible only when we do little kind of exercises to ensure our relationship with everybody is excellent. Just to give you an example, my personal, because for me, rather than theory, I used to give a lot of personal examples. I worked in a branch of, I think the largest number of staff member of Bank of India was in that branch. One was Rajkot at that time. Second was Mumbai service branch, where we were having around 600 staff members. Impossible to remember everybody's name. Impossible even to recognize their faces. But what I used to do, I used to take a walk around all these people every time, deliberately making an attempt to remember their names. And for a person from South India, this Maharashtrian surnames are all, at times it is quite uncomfortable for me even to remember. But I deliberately, I try to remember the name, and the amount of goodwill which is created among them, that was something tremendous. You won't believe, we were having days when the number of checks we had to send was more than 1 lakh. But even then, we were able to get through that position without any difficulty because of the cooperation these people gave to me. And the reason, simply by remembering them. Introduce something else again there, maintaining a record of their birthdays, celebrating the birthday together, addressing them and asking those people. In fact, I remember one sub-staff, he started crying when he was cutting that cake. He was telling, probably for the first time in my life, after my age of 8 or 9, I am celebrating my birthday. And you can imagine the goodwill which is being created among the staff members. Same is the case even with your executives. Mind you, if you are having an executive, a superior boss, he is the boss. You are not the boss. He is the boss. But at the same time, you should remember you are not only a subordinate. Remember this, you are not only a subordinate. If a boss is there, you are subordinate, yes, but you are not only a subordinate. In many a time, you can contribute a lot by maintaining excellent rapport with your boss, with your executive. In fact, I remember in one place where there was one business in another branch, the service area of another branch. I made a phone call to my zonal manager telling him, sir, this is the position, this is the type of business which is available in that particular branch. I know very well Unnikrishnan is not going to get any material benefit out of suggesting a business for some other branch. Probably that manager may be getting a better, better name. But for me, I am showing that I'm not only a subordinate, I am having a lot of interest in this institution. This itself will be giving your name a better impression among your top bosses. I can tell you, all you people are young, your career, your progress, all these things are directly connected with what you develop in your mind, in consideration with the type of relationship you are maintaining with your top people. And maintain the relation. This is again very important. Maintain the relation. Because to maintain the relation, I can tell you, it is pretty easy now, because there is Facebook, there is Twitter, there is LinkedIn. Through all these forums, you will be able to maintain the relationship without any difficulty. When people like us, as our Kamakji was telling to our Arvindji, during our period, it was very tough. But even then, it was easy for me to maintain the relationship by simply ensuring that we are remembering their birthdays, remembering their marriage anniversary, One thing I used to do, my customers, if their children are appearing for some kind of exams, the exam very first day evening, there will be a phone call from my side to that customer. How was the exam of your son? And what is the type of relationship you are maintaining? It is something amazing. Even regulatory authorities, Reserve Bank of India and all, I have learned with my tenure in 2-3 places where RBI branches were there and our accounts were there. We used to have excellent relationship with them, and many a time these regulatory authorities people are not having any public contact, and we bankers, we do have tremendous public contact. With our visiting card, I can visit anybody. I have visited governors, chief ministers, chief of army staff in Lucknow, chief of army staff, General Krishna Rao. I have met him. Goa, our governor of that place, Mr. Shankar Narayanan. I had been to our governor house, Raj Bhavan, many times, only with this card. The power of that card is something tremendous. So maintain this relationship, ensure that you are ready for them for doing anything legitimate for your business, always establishing your identity, your dignity. And once you do this, I can tell you, your staff members will automatically be with you. They will look to you as a true leader. True leader. I remember in very many places where I had been, our staff members, when they were having some kind of personal issues, I can tell you even personal issues, like getting admission to a good medical college, hospital in Trivandrum, arranging for blood, getting consultation with a doctor who is having some accounts with our branch. All these things we were able to do without any difficulty. And this simple message, the manager is having good connection with medical college. He is having good connection with the blood bank. And this simple message itself will be sufficient for you to maintain an excellent relationship in the branch. And that relationship, I can tell you, that relationship will take you to further heights and ensure you are getting business. Indore, Devi Ahilya Vishwavidyalaya, we were having an account. Sorry, we were not having an account. When one day I went to Vishwavidyalaya for a purpose, I saw a pretty big queue. Students were standing in the queue for remitting their examination fee, admission fees. It was only State Bank of Indore was allowed at that time. I met the Vice Chancellor. I told him, as per your convenience, if necessary, by coming to this college, coming to the university, we will collect the fees for your college. Then the university colleges were spread over around 10 or 12 districts, I think. Luckily, we were having branches. I consulted my zonal manager. He was telling, I will not be giving you any additional staff. If you can manage, you please do. I convened a meeting in our branch, told the staff members, this is the purpose and this is the benefit we are going to get. Please be with me. Naturally, there may be additional expenditure like traveling, your coffee, tea, food and all for these our staff members. All those things are there. But you won't believe, right at 6 a.m., our branches were open to collect this tuition fee, examination fee by opening a separate window. And the amount of current account deposit we got, Palasia branch Indore, where I was the chief manager, it was around 36 crores in a month. We got a special letter from head office in what whether we suspect manipulation. This is the word they use with my zonal manager. And how this happened? Only because my entire staff members, they were ready to come at 6 a.m. Open a separate counter, other branches, other places, they also cooperated. Why? Because they got the message, this is the work being done at Indore at Palasia branch. All these things are possible. These 3 words are very important. Dependent, independent, interdependent. We have to be dependent upon these people, no doubt. Our staff members, we are dependent upon them. But create an atmosphere with which this dependency part is being done with pleasure. This requires our approach. In what way we approach them? What is our attitude? Are we sincere? Are we people of integrity? Are we going to keep our words? This itself will be conveying the right kind of messages to our staff members, and that particular message will be ensuring the right input with the staff members to view you as a leader, and your every word will become a command. That is exactly what is expected from our people, from we people as branch manager. You should be a role model rather than complaining. Because I work as a zonal manager. many of the managers will be complaining about their staff members. I ask them, what do you know about the staff member? Are you having complete information? What about his family? Whether he is having some health issues, whether he has got some other, say, emotional issues. As the branch manager, you may be younger to him by age, but position wise, you have got the biggest advantage. I will use as the biggest blessing, gift, to be a part of their family, to put lot of inputs into their mind and their life to make them happy. I have got umpteen number of stories to tell about this, but today I may be restricting it myself. Independent. As a branch manager, again, you have to be independent, no doubt about it. You are independent in several respects. That independence you have to maintain while being a dependent or while being an interdependent. Your independence has to be maintained. This is pretty important. You are dependent, they are dependent upon you. Your zonal manager is dependent upon you to get an appointment of the local collector or the local important person, local important businessman. But at the same time, maintaining your dignity, you can manage all these things and always ensure that you are in the good books of your superior officers. This is, again, I will tell you, very important. While maintaining our independence, it should not become something like an ego that you are starting fighting with the zonal manager or regional manager. It happens at times. It happens at times. This has to be avoided at every stage. Again, I am telling you, it is not, say, presenting yourself in the most submissive way. No, you should be a person able to communicate very well. Of course, those slides are coming later. Along with that, you have to maintain your dignity, magnanimity, but remember, boss is a boss. Zonal manager is the zonal manager. So you have to maintain that distance, give that respect, ensure that in every point of activity, you are ensuring he is the boss. Again, I repeat, it is not for getting some kind of undue advantages you are behaving in a particular way. No. By maintaining your dignity, you can still be in the good books of the zonal manager, because any zonal manager will be happy if a manager is able to bring good business, quality business. Any zonal manager will be happy to meet the local MLA. Any zonal manager will be happy to be the chief guest in some of the functions you are arranging in an important place. But are we doing it? Are we arranging meetings for the zonal manager to be present there, where the district collector or the senior members will be present? You, as a branch manager, as the representative of the bank in that local area, you have got umpteen responsibilities and opportunities to find ways for bringing your zonal manager to that place, and he will be happy. Indian Medical Association, when we were discussing about business, I think our relationship with organizations, it is having a lot of importance. Indian Medical Association, Dental Association, your Traders Association, all these people are a wonderful area where we can tap for our business. Indian Medical Association, Kochi, where I was a brand manager there, we had a lot of association. You won't believe, any doctor who wanted a loan at that time in Cochin municipal area, I don't know whether anybody from Kerala is here, anybody who wanted a loan at that time, they were lifting their phone and making a phone call to me at that time. In 2 months, we had given 175 loans to medical practitioners from a branch where the nearest hospital was 9 kilometers away. It is Wellington Island branch. Nearest hospital was 9 kilometers away. Still, because of the right kind of relationship we maintained with those people who were in charge of Indian Medical Association, we got 175 fantastically good accounts. Not even a single default. I still relish it. It happened in 98. Even after 24 years, I still relish it. And even after this much time, I can tell you, lot of people are still banking with our bank, not necessarily with the Wellington Island branch, but some other bank. It is possible. Again, I can tell you, the visiting card which we people are having, it is a passport with which all doors will be opened. It is a passport with which you can develop very good relationship. I retired about 10 years back. Even now, very proudly I can say, I still maintain contact with many of my top bosses, many of my colleagues, many of my staff members who retired as sub-staff. About 2 months back, one of my customers from Indore, He came to Munnar, and en route to Munnar, he had been to my home. He had idli dosa with me. And he was mentioning about the good time we had at Indore. And what was the job which I did? He had a very good current account. And he unfortunately had a tragedy at his home. And at that time, he was unable to manage his business in a proper way. What I told him, you forget about your business for 2 weeks, I will manage it. What way I am managing it? I am just ensuring that his checks are never returned. Of course, within the authority which is given to me. And this simple gesture from my side, it has created such a bondage with that person. He still maintained. I left Indore in 2002. Even after 20 years, he still maintains contact with me. For what? That is relationship. And I can tell you, managership is the position which is giving you the opportunity to initiate such a relationship, maintain such a relationship. It is for the good of the institution. It is for the good of your branch. And as a person, again, it is for your own good. The importance of developing good soft skills. This is very important. It's an art, I can tell you. It's an art. Soft skill, of course, there are empty number of things which you can combine in that terminology called soft skill, where it is, again, your communication skill, your interpersonal skill, your time management, your stress management, whatever it is. As a manager, I can tell you, it is a God-given opportunity for you to develop your soft skills. You can, when look back, you just look back, were you able to communicate with others this much fluently when you were not a branch manager? Were you taking that much pain to understand the bank's policies and systems and procedure, products and all? If you are not a branch manager, you will never be doing this. And interpersonal relation, this is an art, I can tell you. One thing, any individual, so long as he is alive, his life will be comfortable only when he is able to have excellent interpersonal relationship. You take it from me. Anybody for that matter. He needs excellent interpersonal relationship. And bank managership, branch managership, it is a platform for you to learn this art, maintain this art, excel in this art. In fact, there are several words associated with the, starting with the alphabet A, connected with interpersonal skill. Accept, appreciate, acknowledge, admire, admit, agree. All these words can be expanded, explained, even hours together. Rather than finding fault with others, if you are able to accept the people as they are, every staff member may not be of equal caliber, equal competence. Somebody may be excellent in giving a customer, very good customer service. Another person may be excellent in going to the market and bringing good business. Another person may be exceedingly nice in managing the systems and procedure properly. All these people, they are your extended arms. You have to utilize them in the best possible way. And this is possible only when you accept the person as they are. That doesn't mean if somebody is doing some kind of hierarchy, you are going to accept it. No, you have got a role to play. But that role play you are doing by adhering to these kind of interpersonal relationship with accepting them, acknowledging their contribution, appreciating them. If somebody is bringing a good deposit, what prohibits we people in arranging a meeting in the bank, inviting somebody from the controlling office to be there and appreciating that gentleman, that particular person who has brought this business, a simple clap, a small memento, cutting a cake, all these things, I can tell you, it makes wonders. It makes wonders. A person who brought 50 lakh deposit will be tempted to bring 1 crore deposit. He himself will be coming and telling, sir, there are 2-3 people who had just returned from Gulf. Why don't we go there? So and so person, he is retiring from the school tomorrow. Definitely he is getting a deposit of a lump sum amount of around 50 lakhs. Why don't we go there? I am having experience of certain, my staff members belonging to Christian community, coming on a Easter day to my home, taking me in their car for meeting a customer for getting good business. A Christian lady staff member coming to my home in her car, of course driven by a driver, taking me to another gentleman and telling me there's a good scope for business, sir, why don't we go? And how this is happening? Because she knows very well she can come to me for this kind of business development. I will be ready. Then the next meeting, what I am doing is I'm inviting my zonal manager to come to the branch, or I am combining a function in my branch where this is one of the agenda item, appreciating this girl, appreciating the good work done by her. Then the next communication from the zonal office for business development, he is quoting, look what happened in so-and-so branch. And be compassionate. There may be rules and regulations. My reputation as a brand manager or a fairly senior post also, I was very much compassionate among the staff members. I was, and I really enjoyed it. If somebody is having a problem, I was there with him, with her. If somebody needed blood, with my connection, I'm arranging it. Somebody needed a particular hospital bed admission, I am there. Getting a college admission, because being in our capacity as a brand manager, you do have a lot of connections, and we are never using even 10% of our connection, I can tell you. One of the, in one particular branch, again in Wellington Island, I can tell you, one of my very good customer, Cochin Port Trust, their chief accountant, he wanted an admission for his son in a particular college, and that account of that college was in my branch. Then I told him, no problem. I never told him anything about deposit. Initially, my question to him about deposit and all, he declined everything with the State Bank of India. I got an admission for his son, and how I was able to get it, because my relationship with that college authorities. And that admission, that itself opened a window for me to get the maximum deposit from Cochin Port Trust. And what is the work which I have done? Helping him to get an admission, legitimate admission. That boy was qualified, but he was not getting. And I interfered with my connection. He was able to get it, and he was so much satisfied. And my job has become easy. At that time, CASA and all those things were not that great importance, but long-term deposit I got from Cochin Port Trust. This is something I can tell you, every one of us can practice. And being compassionate, that gives some kind of development in our relationship much beyond our normal banking relationship. This is the right kind of foundation which you can make. You people are in the beginning of your career. Any kind of action which you do like this, I can tell you, the rewards will be immense. It will be an ongoing basis. You are going to get the reward, and your personality, it will be getting enhanced. Your dimension will be tremendously diverse. With those things, you are day by day, you are ready to assume higher responsibilities, higher business, that too with satisfaction, with pleasure, with equanimity, with calmness, no tension, absolutely no tension. You will start enjoying it. Building trust. This is very important. How a person will trust me? Only when I am keeping my words. I am honest. I am a person of integrity. When that reputation comes, people will start believing you. They will start trusting you. And this trust, that will be the foundation for you to ensure you as a person is accepted by everybody, including the relationship which you maintain with your top bosses. The boss, the executive, your top executive, whomsoever it may be, if he starts believing you, if he is having trust on you, I can tell you that opens a lot of windows. In one of my semi-urban branches where I was working as a branch manager, I was not able to get a lot of good business just because another branch adjacent to me, again a public sector bank, that manager was having authority to sanction a particular type of loan, which was having a lot of demand in our area, as per his delegated authority, whereas for me, I had to send the purpose to controlling office. When I told this, my zonal manager, about at that time it was regional manager, about this, he was telling me, look, Unikrishnan, you exercise my authority. How he is having this belief in me, this trust in me, my background, my reputation. One more thing I can tell you, In one of my branches, I landed into a very pretty great difficulty because one customer cheated me. It would have been a pretty big case. It was a criminal case against me. Went on for 19 years. Even 4 years after my retirement, 5 years after my retirement, the case is disposed. When the zonal office inquiry authority came to my branch for inquiring about this case, he asked me only one question. He asked me only one question. अरे उन्नीकृष्ण जी, आपके जैसे आदमी को ये मिस्टेक कैसे हुआ? How this mistake happened to a person like Unnikrishnan? This was the only question asked to me. The mistake was of grave nature, not deliberate, but the reputation, the trust, the relationship which I maintained, it resulted in viewing that particular mistake in a different dimension, in a different way. And definitely I had problems, but the bank supported me. And the support came only because this kind of relationship with the top people and the reputation which you are building, the trust which you are building. For all these purpose, you should be a very good communicator. Communication, of course, our Faridji has already told, it is not like what you talk. No. In fact, people who have done their MBA, they may be having a lot of ideas about the 7 C's of communication and all. Clarity, concise, comprehensive, concrete, conclusive, cogent, all these things. Okay. For we, as a branch manager, the first and foremost part is to have patience in listening to others. Any customer who is coming to you with a complaint, the moment you try to justify, the moment you try to give an answer, it will, I'm sure, it will ensure in becoming a more bigger problem. Rather than that, just listen to them carefully. Nod your heads occasionally, and just by that simple listening to him, let him offload all his fury. That itself will be sufficient for you to create an ambience where your words are likely to be accepted by that person. And I totally support what Faridji told about giving a glass of water and all. But practice Faridji was telling, I was maintaining it throughout. It went on to one more extension. In some of the branches where I became chief manager or AGM or DGM, there I had a coffee vending machine adjacent to my room, where if a customer comes, I will go inside, I will prepare a cup of coffee, I will give to the customer like this, and which customer will be unhappy with you if you behave like this? And whenever there were a lot of vacation period, lot of NRI customers used to come to my branch with children. I used to keep a packet of chocolates. Whenever any child comes, after handing over their checkbook, passbook, or deposit receipt, you are handing a chocolate. Chocolate may be worth 2 rupees, but I can tell you, the happiness of the child, it is just translated into the happiness of the customer. And that happiness is bringing you good business. This part itself will be the biggest asset for a branch manager. But at the same time, this, of course, is a topic for tomorrow, time management. If somebody comes, he is planning to talk for hours together, you have to cut. That is again an art we will be discussing tomorrow. But communication part, I can tell you, it is something which is deciding your fate. It is deciding your fate. Be a good communicator. What I used to suggest to my branch managers or my staff members or to anybody who is approaching me for some kind of training and all, utilize every opportunity where you can communicate something. Every opportunity. In fact, this forum is also an opportunity for you. Kamatji, as your representative, had mentioned certain things, but I would have been more happy if some of the managers are coming out and telling something. Sir, it was, you can tell at least, sir, it was good, it is bad, it is not practical, whatever way you feel like, but please talk. As a branch manager, you will be getting invitations from your local organizations, institutions, schools, hospitals for inaugurating something, for prize distribution, or any kind of such occasion. Utilize every occasion. Every occasion. When I went to Lucknow for the first time, first North Indian posting, Hindi, it was very tough for me to manage. And when you are getting a posting in a branch, you have to necessarily speak in Hindi. And when you have to give a speech, again, more difficult. But that gave me a platform to improve my Hindi. And I became so much confident that anywhere, everywhere I can speak in Hindi without any difficulty. Communication, I tell you, utilize every opportunity which is available to you. If there is no opportunity, create opportunity. How? You can have your customer meet, segment-wise meet, invite the zonal manager for some kind of functioning, any kind of branch managership, wherever possible, you take the leadership in your, say, introducing the topic, vote of thanks, in whatever way, ensure your presence is felt by others through your communication. It is very important. And communication, again, not by talking yourself, you are listening. And whenever you do this, always be supportive to others. This is very important. As a leader, your leadership is not only to lead others, you have to ensure you are creating more leaders. You are having more leaders. And by initiating simple things, I can tell you, you will be able to bring more things out of the staff members who will become more forthright, more open, and they will be becoming more positive to bring you more business, and individually they are promoted. They experience the satisfaction. And even now, I'm finding people telling me, sir, आपने उस दिन बता दिया था ना मुझे out of thanks देने के लिए. That was the first time when I was standing in front of somebody. Okay, these things, it is very easily possible. Okay, this, when we tell something about communication, you have to remember this body language. It itself is a pretty big topic, but what I can tell you from your side as a branch manager, you are the leader. Every one of the staff member, every customer, every controlling authority official, they view you as a person, as the representative, as the symbol of our institution. And when you become the symbol, you cannot be negative. You cannot be pessimistic. Always you have to be positive in your dress, in your walking, in your talking, in your smile, in your behavior with others, in your interaction with others. Every time you are positive. There's a smile. No kind of stress will be coming to your head. Very many times managers used to ask me, you can tell all these things. Now we are having umpteen number of pressures on us, as the picture shown by our Dr. Faridji. Umpteen number of pressure. Along with that, we are having a lot of pressure from my family. My parents are with me. I am not able to take them to hospital and all. Everybody will be having umpteen number of complaints. But mind you, you as a person, your job is for not making complaint. Your job is to manage these things. That is why you are the manager. That is why you are the manager. And when in your body language, if you ensure that your body language is proper, I can tell you these kind of positive inputs will automatically come to you. Just imagine, you are so unhappy, you want to cry. Can you cry by standing erect, standing in attention? Can you cry? No. So your body language will have to be in a particular way to show your sorrow, to show your unhappiness. In fact, in the reverse way, when you are having a particular body language, you are happy. The happiness will come to your. It is already it's already there, and that smile which is on your face. A customer who is coming to the office, a zonal manager who is coming to the office, a staff member entering your cabin, they find you in an uncomfortable mood. Instead of that, there's a smile on your face. Somebody coming to you, you are busy. Yes, you can very politely say, will it be all right if we talk at a later? Will we talk later? Or okay, if it is urgent, come on, please sit down. Please, let me see. Rather than telling something negative, a positive word and a positive gesture from your side, that will be making things so much easy. So much easy. A simple smile. In fact, when we meet somebody from outside our area, like say police station or even medical colleges or other government institutions in and around us, wherever we go, the moment our body language is okay, proper, I can tell you that opens lot of avenues for we people to be satisfied. We people should be happy to ensure we are getting the required level of support. That body language, it is extremely important. Empathy. If somebody is in difficulty, some staff members are having some kind of problem. Understand what it is. And forget, I don't know whether what I'm telling is right, but forget about the rules at some point of the time. We have to, because ultimately we are dealing with human beings. We have to maintain a relationship with those human beings. And those maintenance of relationship, I can tell you, one of the major components is empathy. Once we understand the staff members, once we understand their difficulty, we will be able to change our decision, our attitude, even the words which we use. In Mumbai service branch, where there are nearly 600 staff members, there was one staff officer who was not at all coming to the office for months together. Then naturally charge sheet is issued and all those tamasha is going on. And then I try to find out why exactly is the reason why this staff member is not coming to the office. I found out his wife was having some kind of mental issues and he was the only person who can control her. If he is going to the office, she will go out of the flat. It was very tough. One day I went to his home. It was around 2 hours drive from our fort area. He was staying in Borivali area. And nobody told me. I took one of the senior staff members with me. I went to him. I just tried to find out what exactly is the issue. And I told him, look, because of our procedure, we are going to issue a charge sheet to you, but I will ensure things are not that bad. Please take care of your wife. To my, I should say, luck, to his luck, within another 1.5 months, his wife was back to normalcy. He came to the office. By that time, that your disciplinary action proceedings were going on, started with the cutting of increment, which with my intervention, it was reduced to just 1 increment. And this fellow, in front of every staff member, he just prostrated in front of me in the branch. Sir, nobody has done like this. No, and you can imagine the impression created by that. And for me, going to Borivali from Fort area, it is not a big thing because bank has provided with me with an AC car and a driver. So what difficulty I am having, even if I leave the office by 12 o'clock, nobody is going to question me, even though I was not doing it. But the impression which is being created, this is a relationship. This is what we can do. And I can tell you, young friends, only we managers are having this facility. Nobody else is having this facility. We do have the facility to meet anybody, to talk with anybody, to enter any office with the passport of your visiting card. Along with this, there may be opportunities where some of the staff members may not be behaving or performing up to your expectation. Somebody at times may be using some kind of, say, tough words, which you find it difficult to digest. But in all such situations, with magnanimity, always remember, forget and forgive. Why should we keep all these uncomfortable moments with your mind? You are having good memories to keep, and that good memories will bring good vibrations. That good vibrations, it will bring wonderful relationship. And those relationships, that will be the foundation with which we progress. Ultimately, I also need some kind of progress in my life. Okay, I am not going to be at this level always. I need progress. Those progress should be on some foundation, and those foundations will be with my personality, and those personality part will be becoming more and more strong, more and more magnificent, with the tendency for you in forgetting and forgiving others. Now, you as a branch manager, you are the head of a team. Head of a team. How you will be building a team? I don't know the practice available in your branches, but are we conducting some kind of branch meetings, staff meeting? Are we encouraging some of the staff members to participate in the staff meeting to give his point of view on some current topic? If no, please start this. At least once in a month, there has to be a staff meeting. Many a time, some small banks, small branches, they used to tell me, sir, we are having only 4 staff members. Do we need a staff meeting? We take lunch together. So do we need a staff meeting? My answer is yes. We need a staff meeting, because staff meeting will be an opportunity for everybody to express themselves. As I told earlier, you have to create leaders, future leaders. You are inviting some of the other staff members rather than you talking. You listen more, permit others to talk about a new product, how to bring new business. At a last manager meeting, your business review meeting, I got a lot of firing. I was not able to perform well in my branch and I got a lot of firing. And what should be our strategy? Involve everybody. Let there be a proper team who will be there to support you and ensure that they are always there to give you advice. Ask some of the persons to take notes, minutes, and make it a regular practice. Once you start doing this, that bondage will improve. And that bondage, I can tell you, the more it is improving, you feel rather than working in a branch, it is your own home. It is more than your home at times. Because many a time, we spend more active time in the branch than in your home. Is it not our duty to ensure that atmosphere is proper, clean, you are maintaining it properly, and everybody is happy to come to the office? Then nobody will be looking at their watch at 5 o'clock and they will be getting out. They will sit late because it is their job, not only your job, it is our job. The moment that feeling is created, I can tell you, they will be there to do anything for you. Coming on Sundays, sitting late, going for business, you are collecting NPS, any kind of thing, any issue of the branch. It is not of the manager, it is for the branch, it is for us. Any kind of reputation, it is for the branch. In one of the branches where I was AGM, there was one particular incident, activity with which it was noticed by the CMD. And CMD sent a letter appreciating the branch. And more than that, he invited the person concerned to be in the chairman secretariat to receive a bouquet from the CMD. I sent a staff member who was slightly notorious, who was also involved in this. But I sent him. I told him, there's an invitation for you from our CMD. As an AGM, if I go, nobody is going to question me. But what I did, I sent this person. And once he brought that bouquet to the branch, I arranged a meeting. I told he received the bouquet on behalf of the branch. And you can imagine what was the impact of this gesture which created in the branch for my further, say, comfortable existence in that place. There may be differences with others, but you have to respect the differences. You have to respect, because we as an individual, we have got our own existence, our own identity. The way I am born and brought up, it may be different from the way somebody else is born and brought up. My aspirations, my ambitions, my goals, my circumstances, my financial security, all those things will be different from other person. That doesn't mean that I have to differ with him always. There are umpteen number of areas in which we can converge. We can ensure that we are one. And this situation, when you create, I can tell you, it will become a heaven to be in any branch. Proper networking. Right now, in this scenario, in this era, it is very easy because of the social media which is available. Maintain it. You may be knowing somebody today, not necessary to forget him the moment you are out of that branch, out of that seat. Your networking should be intact and ensure it is not for some pecuniary benefit. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. When I say I am having nearly 3,700 Facebook friends, I am telling it with a little bit of pride. I am having more than 2,000 LinkedIn friends. I am telling it little bit of pride. When I post something in my Facebook, I am getting umpteen number of reactions to it. I feel happy. What else a retired person at the age of 69 needs? This is giving a lot of enjoyment. Why it is coming? Just networking. Just networking. And I am telling you, it is not for something. It is just you enjoy it. You enjoy it. Then, of course, time management, we do have a full topic about time management tomorrow. That, of course, I will be discussing again this. But again, your relationship building, time management is also very important. As I told you earlier, some people visiting the branch, consuming your total time. No, not permissible. There are some kind of arts through which you will be able to manage such situation also. Balanced approach. As I told initially, as a branch manager, you have got no role to get excited, no role to get angry. That doesn't mean you cannot be firm. You have to be firm because you are a branch manager. You are a leader. You have to be firm. That doesn't mean you are getting, say, angry or totally uncomfortable with any situation. I have seen several branch managers always having a look as if he is having a permanent headache. No, your balanced approach will be giving you adequate avenues to manage yourself in the best possible way. Just by remembering the birthdays of your staff members, no problem in your computerized environment. With a single click, you will be able to get the details. And on that day, just a happy birthday with a cake cutting and this happy birthday with a singing by everybody, it gives a wonderful opportunity in the branch. Wonderful opportunity. Subsequent to that, you can have a small coffee, everybody sitting together, something like that, informal chit chat. That is creating the ambience. That is creating the atmosphere. And at no point of time, we will be entering into any kind of criticism in an open hall. You may be unhappy with others. As a human being, as a branch manager, I'm unhappy with others. There are situations. Even I may not be happy with my zonal manager. That doesn't mean that I have got the permission, the sanction to criticize in front of everybody. No, you are never going to do this. If at all you have to find fault with somebody, call him to the cabin. Create that atmosphere. Individually tell him. That will be having tremendous impact. But never we do some kind of criticism in front of others. And any occasion, whether it is Eid, whether it is Christmas, whether it is Holi, whether it is Diwali, celebrate together. Celebrate together. And that celebration will be bringing the right kind of atmosphere in the branch. We are one. And that situation will ensure the comfortable, congenial atmosphere for business development and your development as an individual. And this is possible only when you learn to enjoy your position. As I told earlier, this branch manager, it is equivalent to a district collector. District collector is having authority over everything in the district. He is having interference in everything in the district. As a branch manager, whether it is deposit, whether it is advances, whether it is branch ambience, meeting, anything and everything, you are the leader. Enjoy that position. And while enjoying it, ensure that everybody in the office is also, involved in that, and their contribution is also there. Wherever you conduct a branch meeting, if there are more than 5-6 staff members, give role to everybody, arranging the stage, inviting the guest, arranging for your coffee, biscuits, and all those things. Everything is to be told to somebody else. Even welcome speech, comparing your vote of thanks, all those things are done by others. You are there only as a leader. That leadership others will enjoy and you will enjoy more. By doing these kind of things, you are putting foundation for your elevation to higher level. Today, you may not be able to do these things with perfection, but by practicing this, your relationship with others will be intact. You maintain it, you enjoy it, and it is becoming the real foundation for you people to shoulder higher and higher responsibilities. Dr. Faridji was telling about your goal, becoming CMD, ED. I will tell one more thing, more and over and above all these things. By becoming ED, CMD is great, but becoming a good human being, a good leader who can enjoy himself, that is more tough. And these activities will make you competent for that position, confident to behave in that way, and ensure that you are achieving all these things. Okay, thank you very much. I know I have delayed your lunch, but I enjoy talking. So, and I really enjoyed. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Very, very invigorating speech. And I'm sure all the people, all the participants here, they enjoyed it very much. And anybody who wants to ask something about this? From Sushant. Okay.
Arvindji,
yes, sir.
I want to share 2-3 minutes, sir.
Yes, yes, please, sir.
Sir, excellent address, sir, Unnikurishnanji. because interpersonal relationship and public relations are very, very important. Like, in fact, they are founding stones for the success of individual's life, particularly a banker. One or two, 3 points from your these things I wanted to share with our colleagues. Personal experiences as a scale 2 manager in one of the district headquarters branches. Scale 2 means that it is not a big post according to our hierarchy. How the public relations used to get help, and as he has given a example of poor trust, I am inspired to share certain things. We will not have any public relation and rapport with certain departments, but those departments, how it will come to the help, I want to share. Telephone department, we never bother. But I used to maintain a very good relationship with the telephone department. They will come only for the personal loans. Otherwise, they will not come for anything, and they will not give even 1 rupee deposit. As you are telling, one government department I used to go for deposits. They used to give me reasonable deposit. One day I am sitting before the head of that department. His phone was not working. I am talking this 1994. His phone was not working for the past 6 months. And he is scolding his staff members, and he is telling that I am writing, I am as a head of the department, district next, he is the third in the rank in the district. District collector, joint collector next. 8th letter, and you people are not able to do it. I simply left, and I came and have gone to the telephone exchange, and I told to the AE in charge, Baba, this phone is not working for the last 6 months and all. He called his supervisor and said, sir, ye to bekar hai, sir, nahi hota. Then he told me, I will look into it. Next day, he called me, Faridji, aap aiye, very nearby to my branch. I have gone, he took me to the exchange inside, where the people will not be allowed. And he told me that his phone is working. Now you call from the exchange. So I called him, and he said that, hello, कौन बात कर रहा है? I told that Farid Ahmed. अरे मेरा फोन तो नहीं काम कर रहा है. I told him, I am talking from the exchange only. Yesterday I heard, and just I got it done, and I'm speaking from the telephone exchange only. See, after that, my efforts to get the deposits has come down drastically. Earlier, I used to visit 10 times to that office. From then onwards, I used to visit 2 to 3 times. Like that, as you rightly said, having the relationship with the hospitals, institutions, even a gas. Today, gas is a open market price, easily available. But in those days, having a relationship with a gas dealer and helping the customer to get the gas in, because if his wife is happy, he is very much happy. Our official are the customer. So once his wife is happy, he will keep us happy. And the third point, what you told is the customer meet and communication, taking the opportunity to express your communication. I am one of the major beneficiaries of that. When our bank completed 90 years of celebrations were happening, my regional manager told that you conduct a small. I said, no, small, sir, I will conduct in a good way. And he got me a good budget from the head office. When a DGM of a very big public sector bank, why State Bank of India came and conducted a customer meet, hardly 25 members have come in the district headquarters. When my regional manager, who was only scale 4, when he came, 150 people have come for the customer meet. And it has come to, one of the customers of the bank was a cable fellow. He live telecasted the customer meet. See, these are the things, opportunities will come to branch managers to expose themselves to their higher ups, your organizing abilities, communication abilities, and other things. And most importantly, 2 things I want to tell and conclude. Sacrifice. Sacrifice is required from the branch manager. The law of sacrifice says that the higher the cadre, the more the sacrifice is required. When Unikrishnanji was talking about the time management, and tomorrow he is going to talk, you have to sacrifice your time. Because 10 to 5 is the office hours. After that, it is our time, personal time. but you should not feel that it is personal time, I will not attend. Because you cannot do public relations, you could not do marketing during the office hours. That is not sufficient. Another, in the same district, I am telling, there was no CIIB center, IIB center. I took the initiative and got conducted under the banner of Bankers Club classes for the CIIB. So all the bank's staff have come to know about me, and I conducted one quiz program for all the bank staff. With that, what happened is, whenever my staff used to go for State Bank of India for cash, they used to give 10s and 20s. Whenever we want hundreds at that time, staff used to tell, sir, ek baar aap aa jaiye, State Bank mein aake manager saab se baat kariye. Not for hundreds, just casually. When I used to enter the State Bank of India, staff used to say, hello sir, क्यों आए हैं इधर? Cashiers and all. Cash है यार, हमारे वालों को थोड़ा 100 चाहिए, दे दीजिए. All 100. See, these are the things how we can build. That is one thing, public relations. You have to sacrifice your time to build the relationship. And second thing is, don't carry office to the home and home to the office. As he said, you should not express your bad moods. That is bad moods. Good moods you carry from the office to the home, and good moods from home to the office. But whenever you are in a stress, in bad mood, don't carry either of them to either of this place. This is the principle fundamentally you have to keep, so that your staff will be happy and at home your family will be happy. This is what I wanted to share. And by maintaining this interpersonal relationships, 93, 94, whatever the relationships I maintain with the level of the people of district collector, joint collector and RDOs, they are now chief secretaries of the state. They are now chief election commissioners of the state, all those things. And for the last 26 years, we are 25 years, we are maintaining the relationship. At one call, they will just respond to me, not because I become the ED, right from scale 2 to in any cadre, anywhere I was there. So interpersonal relationships, as told by the Unikrishnanji, are very, very important in the life of the banker. Thank you.
Thank you for his for very adding value to the discussion today. And Kamath sir, you want to say something? Please unmute yourself.
Unmute kariye, Kamath ji.
Yeah, let me also compliment Unikrishnanji for an excellent session. I'm sure you have, put everybody on the toes during that session, and you have touched on very, very important points on how important tips on how to function as a branch manager. I'm thankful to you. I'm sure my branch managers have, taken a lot of tips from you, and they will act accordingly. I would now request any of them to interact and ask certain questions. If you have any doubts, please come out. I think Mr. Unikrishnan also pointed out, you should come out, you should speak. You should not keep quiet. So please, anybody having questions, just ask.
Even not necessary questions. They can criticize, they can comment, they can supplement, support, whatever they feel like.
Yes, any doubts also they can ask.
I know all you people are hungry, but still I'll be happy if somebody somebody comments on something, please.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm Sangeeta Petnikar. I really enjoyed your session so much. I have my apprehensions of communication. I'm quite senior, but every time, I mean, till I am, comfortable with that person, all my apprehensions come out. But this session of yours has been tremendous. It is going to be an open, I'm going to start from now, from the moment how many things I have not taken, like the apprehensions, I'm going to move them out. Maybe they are wrong, maybe they are right, but when I am communicating, I will definitely know that the communication with that person will help me, forward. And I'm also telling you, I mean, down the line, we have been communicating, but your source, your input has been really good, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sangeeta ji. Even now, you are communicating very well. Of course, I cannot comment completely unless we interact, say, or in an offline meeting. But one thing I can tell you, maybe because of the inhibition which people are having, that communication means your command over English language. It is not. It has got nothing to do with that.
Yes, sir.
If it is so, in a place like Lucknow in 1980, Unnikrishnan would not have been able to tell a single word. But I used to give speeches in Hindi. You can imagine the plight of the people who were there to listen. But even then, I never stopped.
Yes, sir.
Continue to talk. Okay, all the best.
Thank you.
Unnikrishnan ji, there is a question in chat box.
Ah.
Thank you, sir and madam. Definitely, inputs given are really helpful. However, on communication front, I want to ask how to start communication with a totally new person.
Can that context also be given, whether somebody has come to the branch or you are meeting somebody in train or flight? What exactly is the situation? Then accordingly, I can tell you.
Madam, you can unmute yourself and supplement your question.
Because depending upon the situation, I may be able to give you some inputs.
It's
hello, sir.
Shamla.
Hello.
Please.
Hello, sir.
Okay.
Actually, it is basically when we are meeting that person outside our branch premises. The first
Okay.
time I'm going to his office.
Okay.
So actually, the new people are very reluctant to give any meeting or the visit.
I agree.
In that case, we have to approach them.
Ah.
So basically, we have to approach and we have to talk to them.
Okay.
So there is a one barrier because they don't know about us, and we are also very much. We have some scares that can't actually I'm not able to tell how we are feeling that time. That
Okay,
people is
okay,
not giving
madam,
the time
I got it, madam. It is something like this. You are going to a government office for some business and you are finding all
right.
stubborn faces there. Okay, okay, this is the predicament.
Yes, sir.
This happens to all the brand managers, I can tell you. Okay, I will start explaining one of my personal experience. Narmada Valley project in Indore. One senior IAS officer was in charge. I was not knowing him. With great difficulty, I was able to enter his cabin. He was telling just about 2 minutes. The moment I entered his cabin, his table was having a lot of books on yoga, Indian history, meditation, Himalayas and all. Okay, all these things, little bit of things I knew. And for this purpose, something other than this, every brand manager should be an all-rounder. He should be having interest on everything. I just asked him, sir, how do you get time to read all these books? Then immediately he looked at my face. Initially, he was not even looking at my face. He looked at my face. See, I'm interested in reading. I told him, sir, Himalayas and all, I am also very much interested. I have traveled to Haridwar, Rishikesh, Gangotri, Jamunotri and all, planning to go to Kailas. Then this simple sentence, I can tell you, I was with him for 42 minutes, 2 rounds of coffee. No business was talked, but Narmada business came to Bank of India. For in your case, when you go to an office, I remember something which I told you about interpersonal relationship, maintaining a pleasant face. Once you are having a smiling face, it will be difficult for another person to be stubborn. This is my experience. There may be, exceptions, but generally, once you go there, most say, suppose you would like to meet the chief of that office, RDO or Tahsildar or whoever it may be, person sitting outside, they may be telling something which is uncomfortable for you. Another example, again, I can tell you, Sanjay Kumar Singh, he was the SP of Bhopal, very tough person, reluctant to meet people. Our bank at that time, we had a program for developing some kind of housing loan projects, programs, large number of programs. I prepare a memorandum and I took it to Sanjay Kumar Singh, and his secretary and all those people never permitted me to meet him. Then I just told his secretary, this is something useful to you, and just permit me to meet him. That's it. At that time, your cell number, and it was before this cell era. Okay, when I met him, I told him, this is the purpose of my coming. It is something beneficial to you. Some kind of housing projects for your employees, your police people, and Ultimately, it culminated in Bank of India approving a project for housing loans to individual police people with an arrangement for recovery of installment from their salary. Okay, once we continue to try, my experience, every door will be opened. Never get disheartened. There may be people who will reject you. There may be people who may not be giving the support which you expect. But those things should not be a reason for you to get dejected, disappointed. No. Always some other things will come. Suppose you are going to catch a flight. There is a block in the road. Will you drop the plan and come out? You will find another way to move. You will find another route to reach the airport on time. To ensure that your flight, you are able to catch that flight. Have the same zeal, the same enthusiasm, the same feeling in your mind, the same mental attitude. Those things will take you forward. Disappointments will be there. Setbacks will be there. It is bound to be there. आप जो भी चाहते हर चीज अगर आपको मिल जाते तो फिर then where is life? Something will be there. And once you surmount it, then the real enjoyment comes. Then you will quote it as an example, the way I am doing now. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.